Episode 11, Stairway to Heaven. Guess who wouldn't be going towards the Stairway to Heaven? Yeah, probably not. Probably falling backwards.
Snake eyes.
Snake eyes. No, I'd be going up, and then I'd be getting somebody to stop me and say, "Sorry, sir, you cannot go any further." And I'd be like, "All right, back down I go."
Be the person on your shoulder, the devil on your shoulder.
The devil usually hangs out on my shoulder every once in a while. I mean, I know as you as a lawyer. So let's talk about this. I want to hit this up, Mr. Lawyer Man.
Okay.
You as a lawyer, you are considered a lot of places lawyers are the devils.
Yep.
That's what people consider them.
Yeah.
Do you take that as a compliment, or do you take that as a no? I do not. And how do you feel about this?
And I guess to clarify, your lawyers have a stereotype.
They do.
Of being
the stereotype. The bad guy, the devil, the I don't know. Lawyers just get a bad rap usually, and they're not. They don't deserve it. But go ahead.
Well, I would say this first and foremost. I'm not a big fan of lawyers. I've always said that I don't really care a whole lot for most lawyers. Now, that being said, I'm friends with a lot of lawyers, but there are, just like every profession, lawyers who abuse their power.
Gotcha.
There's lawyers who abuse their gifts. And
the gift of gab is one of the gifts.
Well, even that, or their gift of being able to file stuff without cost.
You got to be able to handle multiple cases. You got to be very, I don't know, what do you say? You got to be a Renaissance person. You got to be able to juggle multiple things, correct?
That's true. And you got to be able to react quick on your feet in some instances. Here's what I can tell you right now.
Yeah.
100%. I am, and you know me, Josh, I've known you outside of this for over 10 years.
I apologize for that.
And anyone out there watching, by the way, if you are watching, and if you could please like and subscribe, even comment in the comment section, tell all your friends. We're just trying to get a couple of new subscribers out there. And so if you could like, subscribe, comment, share.
Don't stalk. Don't stalk. We don't do stalking.
No, I don't care if you stalk. I really don't care. I ain't got nothing to hide.
You just open that up.
I ain't got nothing to hide.
Okay.
But
I'll follow you on your way home.
I don't care.
Okay.
But to get back to my point, though, I try to treat everybody as I would want to be treated. And, I always said I grew up in a holler and I die in a holler. And as you see how I dress just like everyone else. But when I represent someone, I will turn into that quote unquote jerk if I need to. Now, I will treat everybody kindly and with respect, but I will not let my clients get bullied, and I will not let my clients get disrespected. And I am always going to take up for them and get them the best result. So if that means that I am going to have a bad mistake or a bad reputation for taking up for my clients and not let my clients down or get a bad judgment, then I'm fine with having that moniker.
What Adam Hall's saying, don't cross Adam Hall. He knows the law.
You kind of went Ultimate Warrior there.
I did. I wish I had some ropes to shake. Shake my headset off. Sorry about that. Anyway, yes, I felt that. I felt the energy. Like you were
my aura.
Your aura was smacking me in my face.
There you go. But it's true. You'll have some attorneys that won't talk to you on the street, or some attorneys that don't have time for their clients. But at the end of the day, the reason they are attorneys is because they're clients.
Yeah.
So I try to do good for my clients.
I get that. I like that. That's kind of similar to what I've always heard. You go back to, so you go to like actors. Billy Bob Thornton. I know you heard that name before. He's in a bunch of new shows.
I love Landman.
I do too. I'm ready for season 3. I'm excited for season 3. I hope it happens and it comes out soon, because I was like, I love this show. Anyway, Billy Bob Thornton said, listen, the fans are what made me. They put my daughter through college. They put food on my table. I will always make time for my fans. I agree with that.
Yeah, 100%. When I was, I played baseball in college.
Yeah.
And I used to tell when I taught college, I used to tell my athletes, look, college baseball paid for my education.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ever going to go pro, and I didn't. But I got an education, go to law school. That's why I always try to give back where I can to the university, to whomever. And you always know who the one that brought you there.
Oh yeah, of course.
So, and know how you got there.
Yes, you know your raisins, know where you come from.
Don't
Get above your raisins.
Don't outgrow your raisins.
But what if you don't like raisins?
And make grapes. Eat the grapes.
I do like grapes. I do like a good grape occasionally.
Green or purple?
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I like the purple ones. They have to be seedless. I'm not a big fan of seeds.
Oh, yeah. I'm not a... they got
I almost choked to death one time on a seed. Believe it or not. I was like, you okay, Josh? The seed come flying.
Were you talking while you're eating the
Yeah,
grapes?
it was. I about hit my granny in the head and I'd take her out. And I was like, God, what a way. What a terrible obituary that would be. Taken out by your grandson with a grape seed. Oh, boy. Stories you could tell.
And you'd say, we thought we raised him better?
Yeah. It wasn't quite raised, though. Let's go ahead and say that. Yeah. Fun times. Let's talk about this. Next point here. Let's talk about the NFL and how the different changes.
As one does from a smooth transition
Do you
from
love
raisins.
that? Do you love that? Raisins to the NFL. Don't get above your raisins. Who said that? Me? Anyway, you've got several coaching changes. How do you feel about that so far?
You know, the thing that cracks me up is when a coach that is fired from one place goes to another team.
They see his potential. They see his worth.
I get that, but why wasn't that potential used at the other place?
Well, I think sometimes that the ones in charge overhead, the ones, the big dogs, are kind of controlling their decisions, and they realize once they're fired, they go to a better place and have a better run, honestly, and don't have to deal with the BS on top. The brass.
I get that. If I ever ran a team, which would be I'd love to own a team. Of course. But I think I would I would try to be the opposite of Jerry Jones and try to have a GM for one, but two, let everybody run everything, and then at the end of the year, evaluate everything, and then go from there. I've always said, and I use this philosophy with the president. Yeah. I use this philosophy with people in politics. I use this philosophy with head coaches. And for instance, let me give you an instance. Of course, everybody was talking about Mark Stoops this year at Kentucky.
All about it.
And even Mark Pope, let's give you a different one. Coach Pope had struggled there a little bit and went back and forth, and people were ready to fire him during the middle of the year, and then he's won a few, and people have changed their mind. The way I look at things is you wait till the end of the year. Yeah. Because if you analyze it at the end of the year, because if you look at last year as a whole, Kentucky made it to the Sweet 16. And that's furthest they had been in a long time. It is. And now you look at this year, they ain't going to win a championship. They've lost 3 players thus far. But you analyze it and they get, to the second round, third round of the NCAA tournament. It's a good year for this team. It is. So my point, give it time. My point being is, if I was a GM or a owner, I would look at the end of the year and make a determination. As for McDermott, which is the one I think that kind of Harbaugh stand out a little bit too. He's going to a great spot. He's going to the Giants. Listen, he's got Jackson Dart there. He's got Scadaboo. He's got Malik Nair. He's got a great young team that he can mold. Don't forget about Kentucky Wan'Dale Robinson either. Oh, there you go. Yeah, can't forget about him. He's good. He's a good receiver. Yeah. But you're right. So that one I could see it because Lamar Jackson in the playoffs hasn't done much, but McDermott, I think he's a heck of a coach. He is. So I could see him getting picked up real quick. I could see him going to maybe the Steelers. Yeah. Maybe. I hate that. That was just that's sad. But like I said, the Steelers,
they were a good team. They're getting rid of these coaches early. That's my opinion.
I kind of agree with you. McDermott had been there, 9 years?
He's been there a while. I think it all came down to Josh Allen. I think it's because you didn't have a Mahomes, you didn't have a Jackson, you didn't have anybody competition-wise big enough. They thought Josh Allen had a cakewalk to get to the Super Bowl. No, there's Drake May, there's Matthew Stafford, there's all kinds of great players. You can't overlook those.
And more importantly, there's Sean Payton with the Broncos, and unfortunately, Bo Nix breaking his foot is going to hurt them. But he had them. What he has done with Denver in 2 years is amazing.
Yeah, he has, and I'm gonna say that nicely. I'm a Chargers fan. AFC, they're competition for us, but. I wouldn't mind them going on doing their thing. Details will be soon, whatever the proof's in the pudding. But listen, backups can make it happen too.
That's true.
Don't forget, they're in the NFL for a reason, folks. They can get the job done.
Speaking of the Chargers, they got a new offensive coordinator.
Yeah, they did.
And he is a wizard.
He's a juggernaut, and I'm all about that. And I hope that they can take Herbert and get him over the hump and have him his first playoff win. That would be phenomenal. Keep going. They've got a great crew. They just got to get a line that can protect Herbert, and they got to get some more defensive players. They've got to build. They really do.
No, I agree.
They have to build. You got to protect your quarterback. Same thing the Cincinnati Bengals need to learn. You got to protect Joe Burrow.
Oh, yeah.
So that needs to be something that needs to be addressed too. But all I heard from this whole conversation is Adam Hall loves to catch balls. Nothing.
I'm just gonna let you see how long you go.
That's all I heard. You love sports, and Adam Hall loves to catch balls.
Every episode, it goes off the rails.
What was wrong with that?
So remember to like, subscribe, comment, share.
Put a little emoji of a basketball, a football, or a baseball for Adam, because I know you like to. Because Adam Hall loves the balls. This has been episode 11.